All right. So I think the worst thing that a man can go through, primarily when he's in a relationship, is being comfortable. Fuck it. I think getting cheated on is better when you're in a relationship than being comfortable. Because at least when you're getting cheated on, you have that mindset or that energy shift that, okay, I need to pick up my shit and get going. You get that energy, that burst where it's like, okay, now is the time where I need to become the 1%. I need to make sure that every single day I am bettering myself 1%. I need to make sure that the person that I was at 14 years old is looking up at me. Instead of being in a relationship where you're comfortable, you're stagnant, all your goals stop becoming goals and instead they become dreams. And you realize that you're wasting all this precious time not becoming the man of your desires. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan Mitchell. I run a consulting business where I help out clients destroy their vices, break out of their identity, get into a new environment, and completely change their physique in 90 days. Yada, 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 you guys all heard that. But in this video, I want to break down exactly why I think complacency and being comfortable is the worst thing a man can go through. And I've been there. I've actually been in a relationship for 3 years to the point where I started smoking weed every day. I started playing video games every day. And some people won't say that's bad, but I wasn't progressing anything in life. I had this sales job. I was going through college. I felt like I was doing good enough. I had a comfortable apartment, but I wasn't the man that I truly saw. And now today I can confidently say that I went through a period, which I will go through, that completely broke me down. And now every single day I look back at that man, the one that was crying, the one that was hating his life, the one that was going through so much and decided to pick up his shit and keep going. So let's go ahead and break it down. So kind of how the story goes is I was in this relationship for 3 years. I was being very comfortable, doing all these things that weren't the best for me. As I said, smoking, drinking, going out with friends every single weekend, playing video games, not pushing anything, waking up late, not eating meals in a specific window. And I really didn't have any goals. You know, when I was younger, I used to always work out. I used to always be active. I used to have these dreams and ambitions. But it's like when I got into this specific relationship, I got comfortable. I stopped working out. I stopped having the goals of becoming someone that helped out other people. I stopped having the goals of becoming a YouTuber. I stopped having the goals of having this drop shipping business that I had when I was super young. And it's like, I just got comfortable because everything felt fine. But if I would have took a step back and look at it in a third person perspective, I would have realized that my life was going on a downhill trend. And guess what? Because of that, it's like no wonder this person cheated on me. No wonder my life felt like it was broken, because it truly was. But I guarantee you that's the reason that pushed me over the edge to become the man. And you honestly, if I'm going to look back at this, I wish I would have realized that before then. Because you don't need to wait for the worst scenario for something to change. I always have this thought that, okay, I'll change when my body or my environment tells me to. But that's not the case. It's like saying you're going to wait for motivation. No, you need to do the task first, and the motivation will come afterwards. And even worse in that little scenario, what kind of propelled me is I lost my brother. I lost my dad. I lost my grandmother, all in a matter of 3 months. And then guess what? I got cheated on and my ex left me. I fucking needed that. And I'm so glad it happened, because now I can live every single day happy that I'm working towards what I need to. And every single day I'm progressing the 1%. You know, I'm not going out every weekend partying and drinking like I used to. I'm not going out wasting time with people that were in my old environment, because their goals and my goals, they don't align up. I only have a community of people that all have the exact same goals. Even if it is a little bit lonely, I've made sure that my goals are more important. The family that I want in the future, the kids that I want in the future, the fancy house, the cars, the lifestyle, what I want to be doing, traveling, it all matters more than this current dopamine of instant gratification that I'm getting right now. And I'm telling you this from a point of heart. break out of that fucking cycle, because the worst thing a man can do is be comfortable. Like, it's like the epitome of a man. If we were back in the fucking 1800s or whatever the time, there was people that were just fighting and gathering and hunting and doing all these things, they would be embarrassed of the men that we have today, scrolling on their phone all the time, watching porn, wasting time throughout the day, playing video games to ease their mind, and then going to work for 8 hours and working their ass off there, thinking that's a successful day. No, that's not. To my old self, it was, but you want me to tell you what's a successful day for me right now? Wake up at 5:30, 30-minute routine. From 6 to 10 o'clock, I get my first work block in. From 10 to 11, I eat. From 11 to 2, I work some more. From 2 to 3, I go on a run and eat my lunch. From 3 to 5, I hit a gym workout. From 5 to 9, I get more work done, and then I have my fiance make me some food. But I promise you, that is the life that I've always desired. And it's because of the hard work that I put in. I know that this relationship that I have currently and the one that I'll have for the rest of my life will be prosperous. Because I'm no longer that man that's like, I'm like, no fucking duh, he got cheated on. This motherfucker wasn't doing shit. He was being fucking lazy every day. He wasn't doing shit to benefit himself. He wasn't even being active in his life. He wasn't having any excitement in his life. And people might not see this as excitement, but every single day I'm fucking hyped to help out my clients, to build new modules, to learn more about content, to get better at making YouTube videos every single fucking day. I am super excited about the journey and the everything that I'm fucking going through. Gets me motivated, gets me riled up. So I'll tell you what though, if you're in that situation, you stopped growing. And it's not because of laziness, it's because of comfortability. She loves you. The apartment's fine. You have a routine that works. Nothing's wrong, right? But here's the thing. Nothing's right either. You had ruined all your goals that you've had in the past 2 years. You don't have any ambition. You're not working towards anything specifically. Without a destination, life will take you wherever you despise. And that's what happened to me. I always told myself, I'd never get cheated on. I'm that man. I wasn't that fucking man. I had to build myself to become that man, and now I'm that man, And it's not a sign of cockiness, It could always happen in the future, but I guarantee you, I'm not going to fall back into that horrible state of crying, hating my life, wishing everything would end. Now I know it's like, I'm the fucking man. No matter what, I have an ambition. I have a reason to live. I have a reason to go about each and every day at the top of my altitude because I want to become that 1%. I want to become the first person in my family to do so many things. And here I am, building that way, building the path, being focused on the inputs rather than the outputs. No longer thinking of just the goals, but instead thinking of what's going to get me to the goals. What's the gap between where I'm at, the goals that I've set, and how can I get there? That's what I focus on more importantly. But it gets to a point where it's actually pretty bad. If you kind of know this, because then you're just going to be thinking in your thoughts, you're going to be, man, I'm fucking pissed. I know that my life is leading down this road. I don't know what to do. And it's almost like knowledge is a curse because now you know, but you're not implementing. Before you had no knowledge and you had no implementation, so it didn't hurt as bad. But now you have the knowledge of it happening, but there's no implementation. And some people would say that's even worse, but I honestly think it's better because at least you have the fucking knowledge of understanding in a third person perspective where your life is headed. But if you don't have a path, you don't have a compass. And if you don't have a compass, you're not going to reach any of your desires. And I guarantee you, comfort doesn't have a fucking compass. But you know what does? Pain. Pain has a compass. Pain tells you what direction to go. When I was in the worst pain of my life, losing the 4 people that I loved the most in a matter of 3 months, it's like God was speaking to me. And he told me, this is the path that you need to fucking take. Start making content. Stop partying. Start waking up early. Start eating the right meals. Start working out. So that way you start feeling better for the life that you desire. And here I am, talking to the camera, something I used to dream about doing. Something that I would wake up in the middle of the night and be like, man, I want to make YouTube videos. And if you go to my first YouTube videos, look at how fucking embarrassing it was. But I was focused on the inputs, figuring out what worked, what made me more comfortable, and doing it effortlessly each fucking week, even if I didn't want to. And that's the whole fucking point of this. You need to find a way to keep you accountable. You need to find a way to have systems built in for you. You know, in my program, I have the 90-10 lifestyle, which makes it to where 90% of the time you're working your ass off, and it makes that 10% more rewardable. And not only that, I have the 4-4-4 method, which if you check out my Instagram link in bio, you'll be able to learn exactly what that is. But I have systems that I have curated, not only for me in the past 2 years of my experience, but 3 mentors that I've invested heavily in my money, time, and energy into, because I truly trust these people and they've completely changed my life. You know, it's not a matter of getting all this information. It's a matter of implementing it. You know, I had this biggest ego where it's like, okay, I have all this information. I don't need someone to fucking walk me through it. I can do it myself. But that's not the fucking point. The point is you need something to keep you accountable. It's like with my coaching, I have my clients there to keep me accountable, make sure that I'm checking in on them each day and each week. With my content, I have my stories to keep me accountable because it tells me, okay, I need to be on my shit every fucking day. With my business, I have my mentors to keep me accountable each week to make sure that I'm progressing towards my goals. It's the same thing with fucking life. You need something to keep you accountable. With my life, I have a weekly call with myself. Some people think it's stupid, but that weekly call aligns me. I think of myself in a third person perspective. And you know, there's this quote where it's like, people that give advice give better advice to other people than they do to themselves because they don't take their own fucking advice. And I'm trying to remove that from my life to the point where I can give myself advice and I will make better decisions as if I am my own client. And that's the whole fucking point. You need accountability. So all I'm saying right now, if you took one thing from this fucking video, let me know in the comments, is there something keeping you fucking comfortable? Like physically type it out, because that's the first fucking step. If you can type out what's keeping you comfortable, that's your mind telling you. It's like doing a pattern interrupt. Usually you'll watch a video and then you'll go on to the next one or you'll go about your day. But you're going in and you're fucking writing down what is stopping you. That's your mind putting it in the air that this is stopping you, and you at least have notion of it. And from that point, start working towards it. If you don't have a path, click the link in the description. Book a strategy call with me. These are like 20 to 30 minutes and it's completely free, where I break down exactly where you are, what your goals are, and how we can achieve and break through that middle point. Show you the dashboard, show you the weekly calls, show you some client testimonials. You know, and if worst case scenario, if you don't want to invest into yourself just yet, you have at least left with some fucking valuable information. That's what this is all for. I wanted to make this quick for you guys. It was just, you know, spot on my mind. So hopefully you guys found some value. This is Jonathan. Please do something. Just take some fucking action right now, because that's all I want. And if you haven't realized, I'm talking to myself in a third person perspective. This is all to me. This is all to my younger self. And I know there's someone out there in that same fucking situation that could love to hear this, learn from it, and can completely change his life. I've done it to tens of people. So all I'm saying is, start now. This has been Jonathan. Leave a comment. Peace.